Thank you, Coach. From beautiful South Florida, there's a look at Hard Rock Stadium in Miami. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Tennessee Titans and the Miami Dolphins. No more training camp, no more exhibitions. The 2018 NFL season on EA Sports is underway. To return, it's Cam Sutton. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line. Now it's Sony Michel with his first NFL carry. And he'll get this up over the 25 to the 26. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
From the 26, they'll line up on 2nd and 4. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. It's complete to Chris Conley. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A really good pickup of 28 yards. So now 1st and 10 as they've crossed into Miami territory at the 47. Foles. Now he's going to throw it back deep over the middle. And this is, oh my goodness, he pulled it in one-handed. And he will score. Touchdown, Titans. A big play there. 47 yards. And the Titans have taken a first-quarter lead. Gano the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. Gano out to kick this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. They'll run it here. This is Marlon Mack. And able to stay on his feet past the 30 to about the 33-yard line. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards. And it's 2nd and 2. Here's Stafford now on 2nd down. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. And the play goes for 19 yards, gives him a new set of downs. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. first down. Stafford here. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. He was trying to get it to Taywan Taylor. That'll bring up second down.
Nice play there to force the incompletion. And to me, one thing's for sure. When you're the underdogs and you're playing on the road, you absolutely have to get takeaways. You've got to get the ball from them.
Yeah, win that turnover battle, going to be key. They didn't get one there, but you get the feeling they keep making plays like that, they might just get a few.
Yeah, once you get one, defensive teams think they come in bunches.
And not even back to the line of scrimmage this time as they're on him quickly once more.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
And with a 3rd and 13 here, the defense in a dime look. Now Stafford. Oh, and this ball's tipped and intercepted. Picked up by Micah Hyde. And he's able to get it back to the 41-yard line.
Well, they didn't exactly show patience there, did they? Just down a score, they come out firing right away and compound things by throwing an interception. They put their defense in a really tough spot.
And here comes Tennessee as they get set to take the field. They have to be thrilled with that first drive that got them the touchdown. Now they'll be looking to make it a 2-score advantage here on the road.
And you know they spent all week in practice, in meetings, talking about taking an early advantage. Being the road team, going up a score, that takes the crowd out of the game and puts some doubt in the minds of their opponents.
They'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and it'll be 2nd and 11. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Now Foles. Lets it fly deep for Cobb. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jamal Adams. And they have the football and will take over at the 24-yard line. Out comes the Miami offensive unit now. They get set to take over. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still on attack. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked up by the rookie Denzel Ward. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line. Now, they told us repeatedly earlier in the week in our meetings, we need some plays from our defense here on the road early. They got one.
And don't think they were above all week long pointing out to their defense that the other defense is rated higher than them. You going to let that happen, guys? Is that how we're going to play? And they responded to the challenge.
He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete. These two teams, Titans and Dolphins, met last year, Week 5. That was Jay Cutler versus Matt Castle, and it was the Dolphins getting a fourth-quarter touchdown from Jarvis Landry, and they held on to win 16-10 in South Florida. On second down, Michel. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. Cameron Hayward in on the tackle.
All right, Brandon, I know we're in the early going here, but those kind of runs, they're going to open up a world of opportunities for this offense going forward.
They had great starting position to begin the drive, but now they look up at a 3rd and 5. Here's Foles. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces him to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. This is what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. So now here come the Dolphins. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively, obviously. 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit like, hey, didn't we practice in that colored jersey all week? Not the one that you're throwing it to? Or maybe you have to be stern with him. But whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy.
Now a first carry for Giovanni Bernard. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. 15 yards is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely. First down.
I have to admit, I'm excited by that play call and the end result because this is a team that's down big early in the first quarter, and a lot of teams will just panic, abandon the playbook, and just start firing the ball all over the place. It's way too early for that. Stick to what works for you.
Down double digits, and we talked about their game plan being both running and passing there. You're right. They're sticking to the game plan, getting the ground game going.
A lot of football left to be played.
10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes and they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air, and sometimes you throw...
Man, it's caught inside the 10. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Josh Doctson, 50 yards. And the Dolphins have got it back to a one-score game. Lutz with the extra point, and that'll cut it to 3 at 10-7. So just a 3-point game now as they send this one away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. And here comes Tennessee as they get set to take the field. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. The best way to do it, touchdowns.
And they finally get him down, but not before he reaches the 34. A big hitter. That one goes for 40 yards. We've seen him break off a big run already in this game, and for a second, that one looked like it might be another.
Yeah, I think that any defense would say, look, we can't let him get to the second level because sometimes he'll break off the big run on his own, but oftentimes you get additional blocking at the second level, which gets you deeper into the secondary.
They'll run it. This is Michel. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
With the former Volunteer Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Garden.
Here we go.
Back to throw here. He's got the hook up with Conley. And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. The reception good for 7. It's third down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
In need of a conversion on third down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. They'll drop to throw. Being chased out left. And he connects with Ebron. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. First catch of the new season for him, and he picks up the first.
On any given pass play, you never know exactly where your exit points are going to be. On this play, he was flushed to his left, still on the run, able to accurately throw the football for a nice first down.
If there was one area that the coach emphasized in our pregame meeting, it was red zone offense.
And the sense I got from it, and I think you did as well, they weren't real happy with how they were executing previously, so they put a lot of time and effort into it because getting points is paramount.
Is this intercepted? It is. It's intercepted. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Starting the drive with a give to Mack. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Now Mack. And he'll get this only up to about the 3-yard line. Call it about a gain of 3, and they'll be looking at a 3rd and 7 coming up.
Sometimes your philosophies get challenged at times you don't want them to. They did try to stick to the running game on the first 2 plays. Didn't amount to much.
And now facing a 3rd and long at the outset of this drive. Facing the prospect of a punt from their own end zone, they need some cushion. Let's see what they can do on 3rd down. They'll run it here with Bernard. And this one will be taken up. They'll spot it right at the 7. Call it a gain of 4, but not enough. The punt team going to need to be summoned here on 4th down. Here's J.K. Scott now, as his first punt will come from inside his own end zone. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. It's taken to the 26. That one in the books as a 64-yard punt. And it'll be Titan football. Out come the Titans now. And 2 interceptions already here in this first half. That's got to affect him a little bit, right? He's got to be thinking about it.
He's got to be thinking about it, but most of the good ones, they find a way to put it aside. They're not happy about it by any stretch of the imagination. They find a way to put it aside and continue to play their game.
Can he put it aside? Let's find out. They'll set up to throw. The Dolphins get there this time, and they bring him down. The former Buckeye, Cameron Hayward. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here. Play fake. He'll look to throw. He's got his target. Come. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. And that one results in 35 yards. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. They'll look to throw here on 1st down. And he drops this off to Thompson, complete. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. It's a gain of 6 on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. Two minutes remain here in the first half. We'll come back to Miami after this.
Purple 64.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And not much running room. Down to the 32. A 3-yard pickup on 2nd and 4. Now they'll need to convert here on 3rd and a little more than a yard. They stay on the ground. This time it's Michelle. Call it no gain that time, and they're going to be left looking up at a 4th and 1. Now the Dolphins are going to halt the action here. It's a timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. So out comes a field goal team now for the second time here today. He was true on his first. This a tough one from 49 yards away. And this one is no good. He missed it. And this score will stay right where it is.
Everything looked good. Good snap, good hold. Sometimes, though, the ball just doesn't want to go where you want it. And this one winds up no good.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Stafford on 1st down. And the pressure gets to him and brings him down. Stafford is sacked.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
Now then, after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. The shotgun snap for Stafford. To the right side, complete to Taylor. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down. They'll get to the line here, but remember, it's also 3rd down.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult.
And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Jalen Smith. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line. Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10. They'll look to throw here. And incomplete as he was knocked as he threw it. And it took the ball off course.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that 1st down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35. Again, this is Michelle. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. Now the Dolphins are going to take another timeout here, as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime. The Titans on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 11. He'll drop to throw. And able to find Conley. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense, as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Cobb. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense, as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the 1st half. They'll look to throw now on 1st down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Now the Dolphins will use the last of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down.
Let's go!
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. He's going to go deep for Conley. And he can't hang on. That's definitely going to be one he wishes he had back. Incomplete in the end zone. So on third down, the field goal unit will come out as they'll try to get 3 before half. From the right hash, this from 48. And Gano's kick is right through. And the lead stretches to 6 here. It's 13-7. So that's a 7-play drive that ultimately stalls out there at the end.
Now, things were a little leaky in the beginning on that drive, weren't they? But how about the front 7? As they got closer to their goal line, they stiffened a little bit, forced the field goal.
And they'll be set up with good field position here as he gets this up over the 40-yard line. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. Out comes the Dolphins now. They'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over something.
Pressure comes, and the Titans able to bring him down. T.J. Watt, tough to handle on that blitz. He gets him for a loss of 5. Coming up now on a 2nd and 15 following that sack. They'll run it now out of the gun. And a nice run past the 30-yard line there. Give him 9 there. They still need 6 more now on third down.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Now the throw on third down, knocked away and incomplete.
We're into the second half now, and this is an offense that continues to struggle to sustain a drive.
Looks like they're just totally out of sync, whether they're running the ball, passing the ball like we saw there. I don't know. The rhythm seems off. Fair catch called for and taken right near the 30-yard line. Just 34 yards on the punt there, no return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. They'll try to get this offense going with Michel. And he'll be tackled at about the 35. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Let's talk a little football 101 here, because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on first down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
Again, it's Michel. And the hole closes quickly there. He gets maybe a couple up to the 38.
But that's all about doing the dirty work right there defensively. 2nd and short yardage, that's all about plugging those gaps, not giving a running back a crease to run through, and has a nice job to hold him just a couple and force a third down.
The Titans on third down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This time they face a 3rd and 2. They'll try and run for it. Here's Michel. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play. And that's going to bring up a 4th down. Here's John Ryan now, as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. Taking it about the 16. Give him 11 yards that time on the return, and it'll be Dolphin football. The Dolphins offense now heads back on the field. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. A run by Mack to start the drive. And he powers his way up past the 30. Jalen Smith, the Notre Dame man, in on the tackle.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secured before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
To throw on second down to Stafford. Buying time to his left. He'll end up getting 5 out of that, but now they're looking at third down.
They brought the blitz that time, and I thought they were going to get to him, but instead, he flipped it on its ear and ended up picking up positive yardage.
I thought he was dead to rights, but you are exactly correct, sir, able to turn that into a positive gain. The Dolphins on third down, not good, 0 for 4 thus far. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. They'll run with Mack. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. He lost 2, and it brings up 4th.
The best offenses and the ones that win are ones that make adjustments. And right now, I think this team needs to open things up.
Here's J.K. Scott now as he's on to punt for Miami. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. And a bit of a mistake there. This is well into the end zone for a touchback. The Titan offense now working their way back onto the field. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
They'll look to throw. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off at the 15. And they will set up shop, red zone territory at the 13-yard line. It's a loss of 5 there, bringing up 2nd.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
After the run, now Stafford going to throw. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long.
22.
3rd and long, it's Stafford. Eluding the pressure right. And probably the wise decision there. No one open. He just throws it away. And that keeps the field goal on the table as it's 4th down.
Well, that was excellent coverage right there. And he definitely did the right thing, showing that discretion is definitely the better part of valor. Threw it away, preserved the opportunity to kick for a field goal.
And excellent coverage. And right now the human is controlling the defense, so good job, human. Well, the offense, they got the ball in a great spot, but they went nowhere. Forced him to take just the 3.
And they'll be, happy taking the 3. But those guys on the other side, they've got to be ecstatic. They didn't let them get anywhere. It made them kick a field goal. That almost feels like they have the advantage, doesn't it?
And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. And here comes Tennessee as they get set to take the field.
Check. 13.
They begin with Michel on the ground. And a nice run past the 30-yard line there. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
An opportunity to get a drive started here at the end of the third quarter. What you're trying to do is break the game down a little bit. Don't let your guys see too deep into the game, into the future, and say, oh, we got to get here. No, right here, right in front of them, melt the clock down, get to the fourth quarter, try and keep going.
And try to keep that lead.
Exactly.
And it's Michel once again. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. The gain of 4 that time as the drive continues.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. Back now in Miami. Just week 1, but already plenty of intrigue with the games going on, and this one no different as we come up on a 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun, and he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. And they will elect to decline the penalty.
Everything turned out the way they wanted it to. No sense in even having to take that one. Hence the decline.
So following the holding call, what can they do here on 3rd and long?
Great.
Back to throw. Got a man, it's Ross, complete. And all the way down inside the 25 before he gets out of bounds. It's a big play there for Tennessee. 44 yards. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Foles. He gets it over the middle to Cobb. And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. Another nice gain, 16 yards there and a 1st down again. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, it's been the air game that's taken them down on this drive before they finally turned around and handed it off on the last play.
And now they're looking for the big boys to get him in the end zone. Couldn't do it there.
It'll be interesting to see. Offensive lines had to pass block a lot on this drive. Will they be able to revert and fire out and create some space in the run game?
They get 3 yards closer, but still work to do. It's 3rd and goal.
And Brad, they went to a nickel defense, and that's a surprise this close to the goal line, because ordinarily you use the back end of the end zone, the sidelines as extra defenders, and you want bigger people on the field to try and help against the run.
They'll try to run it in, Michel. And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to bring up a 4th and goal.
Well, this was just simply excellent defense. On this 3rd down, they had to be alert for the possibility of a pass, but that didn't stop them at all from understanding what was going on when they decided to run the football. They just swarmed and stopped them for almost no gain.
So they get the 3, but you wonder now, is that going to be enough?
Excellent question, because when I look at the smiles on that side of the field, they're a little tight, aren't they? If they had scored a touchdown there, those would be big half-moon grins right now because they'd feel a whole lot better about their position.
And a touchdown in the other direction, all of a sudden they're down. Out comes the Dolphin offense now as they get set to take over here. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. first and 10. Stafford escaping the pressure right. Space to maneuver at the 40. That's complete to Taywan Taylor. And all the way up to the 46. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
Looked like the defense put pretty good pressure on him, but he's able to flush out to his right to try and evade people. On the run, had to get on his horse. Still accurate when he throws a nice pass for a first down.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And nowhere really to go there. He'll take this up just shy of midfield. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
On the ball, on the ball.
They'll run again with Bernard. And he's up over midfield and down into Tennessee territory. 3 yards is half of what they needed. Now can they get the other 3 here on third down?
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
The Dolphin passing game rolling here. They've got another first down.
In today's football, where receivers break tackles, make people miss, get upfield for the extra yardage, when you see a play like that where it's caught and he's dropped on the spot, that's a big-time play by the defense.
They go play action here on first down. Well, going deep here for Taylor. And that one falls incomplete. Looked like he might have had position there, but he couldn't hold on at second down.
There's definitely contact there, but it's the fourth quarter of a kind of tight game, and sometimes the officials just say, let them play. Kind of like your mom used to with you and your brothers. Just take the broom to you and send you out to the backyard and tell you to settle it yourselves.
I like that, yeah. There was contact. I don't know, like you said, enough to warrant the flag. It was close, though. Heck of a broken tackle and able to work this down near the 23. Time for a break. We're back to see what happens after this. The Dolphins on third down. It's been a problem. Just 1 for 7 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 3. They'll look to throw. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Adrian Amos with a pick. And they get the football, but not much on the return here as he stopped at the 7-yard line. This drive starts out on the ground with Michelle. And he's taken down, but able to get this up to the 20-yard line. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first.
Well, they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Keeping it on the ground on first, Michelle. And he'll work his way forward up to the 22. Now the Dolphins are going to halt the action here. It's a timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. From the 22, here's 2nd and 8. Michelle, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Now the Dolphins are going to take another timeout here as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. On the ground, Michelle. And down he'll go at the 25. Now the Dolphins will use the last of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Here's John Ryan now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. Misses away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. This is taken around the 12. A very good return there. Give him an even 20 yards. And that will come the offense as they take over. The Dolphins offense now ready to go back out onto the field. They're down here in a one-score game. But the time, it's a factor, but it's not a huge factor right now, is it?
It's really not, because this amount of time gives them a chance to run their offense, to go through play sequences. And this is what they work on every week in practice, usually on a Friday. They go over this type of a situation, late-game situation. What are we going to do when we have the opportunity? They've called these plays a bunch of times. Now's their chance to execute them.
Well, they have the opportunity now. Here's the execution. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. This is where you learn a lot about rookie quarterbacks. How can they run that 2-minute drill? We're about to find out.
Yeah, and for them, it's not just proving it to guys like you and me watching the game and trying to beat a defense. It's proving it to their teammates that they can have the confidence in them when they line up in these situations.
So now it's 3rd and long, because remember, they also lose it down on the grounding call. He'll look to throw. And this one is incomplete. I want to go back to something you said in the first quarter.
Is it a positive?
It is a positive.
Okay.
About winning the turnover battle. As a visiting team, as an underdog, you were right. They've done just that, and look where it's gotten them.
It's part of the formula. When you go on the road, as you mentioned, being an underdog, winning the turnover battle is a big key, and this one's playing out in this one.
So down 6, and they know they need this one on 4th down.
Hey, tag Christie left. 32.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And no, it's incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And defensively, that might just seal a Week 1 victory. Here's the Titan offense now as they make their way back onto the field. They have the lead, obviously, late in the game. I guess the good news for them is if for some reason they would make a mistake, a field goal does the opposition no good.
Everyone loves to have a little bit of a cushion, and that helps you immeasurably. But the bottom line is, do all the things that you're taught in order to close out the game. Don't even let that become an issue.
Yeah, but still a one-possession game. This one not fully over yet. They go down to a knee, and the new campaign off to a good start. It's a win here in Week 1. And just how they envision the start of the season, kneeling it down, defense can't stop the clock. This one's a winner.
You know what's really strange? I think a lot of people think that the kneel-down practice stuff really only happens like one time a week. The best teams I know, they practice it starting back in OTAs. They want them to visualize winning a game and how great that feels, and they got it done in this one.
Yep, a knee gets them to 1-0. First week, this first game that we get to call together, so special every year, Week 1. You had the flyover, the big American flag out there before the game, all the hoopla, just having football back, so special.
It is an opening day, opening game. There's just nothing like it because you really build to a crescendo. But the best part for us is that crescendo lasts for a while. Opening game here, an entire season, we get into the playoffs, to the Super Bowl. I was really excited. I could barely sleep last night. I can't imagine being a player.
So for the Titans, not much to complain about here. They come in and steal a victory in a tough place to play on a Sunday night. And they'll head back home next week to take on the Houston Texans. Meanwhile, for the Dolphins, they obviously fall to 0-1 with the defeat. And they'll try and turn things around next week as they have a date at MetLife Stadium with the New York Jets.